Jim here from 3J Music. So earlier this year I reviewed a Donner S-style guitar. And I have to say, considering that Donner was a brand that I considered maybe a step above a toy, I was actually pretty impressed with the quality of that guitar. I was even more impressed when I compared it to a Squier Affinity Series Stratocaster. They were very close to being on par with each other. Today, we have a Donner bass. When I reviewed that Donner S-style guitar earlier in the year, which is actually the guitar version of this bass, the same finish and everything. They look the same finish-wise, and they kind of feel the same. When I reviewed that Donner guitar, that was bought from an eBay auction from the Donner music store on eBay, and that was supposedly a refurbished guitar. This is also from Donner Music on eBay, and this was listed as a used bass. It doesn't appear to be used at all. Possibly a return, maybe, but I don't know. It still has the plastic on the pick guard. Doesn't look used. Maybe a return, maybe a B stock. I'm not sure. Still had hang tags on it. These hang tags actually come with a string action roller, which is kind of cool. And this one says 2.25 millimeters at the 12th fret. The neck appears to be fairly straight, and the action, if you can see that, doesn't look too bad at all. At a glance, the string height off of the nut looks okay. These pots feel okay. Tuners aren't bad. Not bad at all. I don't do a lot of bass content because I consider myself more of a guitar player. That's where the passion lies for me anyway. To me, having a bass is the very definition of having a tool for the job. People talk about guitars being tools, and they are. But for some of us, we prefer to have more of a variety of guitars, or maybe guitars at a higher level, because if they were just tools to make music, you could really use anything. You could use a first act guitar or any of the flavors of the month Amazon guitars that are out there. I like to have a decent bass. I currently have two Ibanez basses. That's what I seem to like best. I like to have a decent bass, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on my basses because honestly I prefer to spend a bunch of money on my guitars. I've also had, some Squire basses, and, they were very good also. When I saw this Donner bass for sale, for auction on eBay, after checking out and being impressed with the Donner guitar earlier this year, I put in a couple of bids on the bass and I won the auction. So it's a great opportunity to check out an even more inexpensive tool for us guitar players who need to have a bass for tracking or ideas, but don't want to spend a ton of money on our basses. So we're going to see just how good the Donner bass is. As I said, the tuners are alright. The nut is plastic. In the listing for this guitar on the eBay auction, there were no specs at all. Clearly this looks like a maple neck, and it looks like some kind of rosewood type fretboard. The body is some kind of wood. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens when I try and tune this up and play it. So let's get into it. For the bass sounds you're about to hear, I'll be using the Foundry amp model in Genome. So that's it. Donner P bass. Wasn't really prepared to play bass for this video, so I hope you got the idea. This is actually far better than I thought it was going to be. Probably even better than the guitar. There are some tuning and intonation issues here that you probably heard. You know, nothing a little setup won't fix, but overall, this is a really good, inexpensive bass. So what did you think? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit like and subscribe. Thanks.